I'm not saying I'm going to rule the world or I'm going to change the world, but I guarantee that I will spark the brain that will change the world, and that's our job.
We have to make it. Chill. What up, DMV? We getting money, whole time, fucking bitches, whole time, rapping DC, whole time. We getting money, whole time, fucking bitches, whole time, rapping DC, whole time. Whole time, doing this, whole time, whole time, doing this, whole time, doing this, whole time. Man, you're back, doing this, whole time.
Like a Tribe Called Quest. You say the whole thing.
Welcome back to a pod named Kickback. It's like a Tribe Called Quest. You say the whole thing. Also known as the Black CNN, and the revolution will be televised. I'm No Breaks New, the righteous ratchet. If you throw it, I catch it. If you got it, I match it. Every week, I'm right back at it. I am the Black Savage, the Magneto of my people. What up, J-Lo?
Hey, man, what's good, man? Good to be here with you, man.
Yeah, man. We've had quite a few guests from back home, some from out here over the last month or so. They ain't seen you in a minute. They ain't seen Jackie in a minute. They ain't seen Mel in a minute.
Hey,
she's making moves. Oh, do we know the name of her restaurant?
Breakers.
Shout out to Breakers in Atlanta. Their grand opening is this weekend. If you are hearing this, take your ass to Breakers and get some of that good food. Mel has been, I guess she's been hailed the fried chicken queen of Atlanta. So whatever you got to do, make sure you get the Breakers this weekend for their grand opening. Here's a surprise. I'm not going to tell y'all which day I'm going to be there, but I will be at Breakers this weekend. Mel's fried chicken. So if you come on the right day at the right time, I might Instagram live from there, but you'll see me, and I think you might see J. Lou too. J. Lou, what you got going on this weekend?
Depend on the day. You know,
okay.
Probably gonna
coordinate.
Yeah. We'll figure it out though. We'll figure it out.
For sure. And don't think you got out of your intro. Tell the people who you are.
Hey, man.
Like just me. Nah, tell them who you are.
Hey, straight to the point, J. Lou, man. Good to be here, man. I'm glad, you know what I'm saying? I like the, what you got going on, man. Been looking the last couple of weeks, man. It's looking good.
Appreciate it. Shout out to everybody that's showing love and came on the podcast the last couple of weeks. And shout out to Lil Bro. What up, Tay? I see you over there. You know you over there on the what you playing right now? Fortnite. Over there playing Fortnite, terrorizing everybody. He be playing people in DC. I be like, man, tell him I said what's up. I don't know who they are, but I'm like, they from home, so just tell him I said what's up, you know. They be out there terrorizing. But I do want to shout out everybody that's been on the podcast and been tuning in. As I said this maybe a couple times, July was the biggest month in the history of the podcast. In August, we're recording on August 16th. Some of y'all will hear this on August 17th, and this is the biggest month. This is the 9th biggest month the podcast ever had. So August was the biggest month ever, and July was the biggest month ever, and August is now the 9th biggest month ever, and we're only on August 16th. So we doing our thing. Well, let me make this public for Facebook. I know Facebook is sitting there like, what's going on? Where you guys at? Get this thing right for Facebook. Wait a minute, I don't see it on Facebook. Hold up now. Man, J. Lou, as I'm looking for this, I want to move to our high-low. I'm going to have you go first so I can get all this stuff fixed, but I'll play the intro.
Now, high-low. Who wants to go first?
Who wants to go first?
Hey, man, I will. High-low. Last week was a real good week. You know what I'm saying? I had a little one. We do the every other. So you know what I'm saying? We had a good time for the whole week. So that was good. The business is kind of coming along slowly but surely. Still kind of working through the kinks of marketing, putting the schedule together, things of that nature. So, that's a little bit of the load, just kind of navigating through, the schedules of being, being the single father, wanting to work out, the corporate job, the business. So, just trying to figure out the best way to do that. So, that's like my high and low. Like, it's a lot going on. Some positive, some, areas of opportunity, but, just trying to figure out a way to make it all work. So it's like a combination. It's like, it's both, high and low.
I can dig it. I'll tell you, my high of the week has been, and we were similar. I think on this entrepreneurial journey, we're going to realize more times than that, we're going to be pretty much in the same place. But my high of the week was just being able to make different moves, just being able to change different things and finding peace in that. I've had some ups, I've had some downs. I didn't hit you up like, J-Lo, oh man, this is happening, this is going on. But these are different problems than I had 4 months ago, 8 months ago, a year ago. These problems, they're not quite rich people problems. I ain't quite there yet. You know what I'm saying? But these are like not, when you think about like the, you always say third world problems, these are rich people problems.
Yeah.
These are not third world problems. My problems are not stuff to lose a whole lot of sleep about. It's stuff to make you motivated. It's stuff to get you off your butt. But my problems are not the kind of problems that keep you up late at night in desperation. They may keep you up late at night on some focus, on some, I need to do what I got to do. But these are not the kind of problems that are going to, you're not going to ruin a night's sleep. You might lose an hour or so, but you ain't going to ruin it. Now, my high of the week, I think that was my high that I was there. My low of the week was, I don't like people too much, man. Like, I just don't. People annoy me. And I have gotten to a place where I don't know, man. Like, I used to be like diarrhea in the mouth, and I'm not quite there yet. But I know what I value. I know my peace of mind, and I don't have it. So I want to get it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's been my you call it dilemma.
Right.
Yeah, but that but I don't have no complaints. I'm not sitting here crying. I'm not as angry as I was, before. I'm just kind of like, I know what I need to do.
Yeah. Sometimes when you get to that realization point, that's a positive. Yeah, that's a hey.
Yeah. I need to lift every chair and swing. And shout out to Cobb Customs. If y'all can see the shirt, lift every chair and swing. I thought this was the cleverest thing because we were sitting around talking about this shirt and laughing and joking. Well, I don't hate to say laughing and joking, but I'm gonna be honest. We was laughing and joking about the black people that came together and put the pause on the racist white folks in Alabama at what we call the Alabama Sweet Tea Party. Not the Boston Tea Party, but the Alabama Sweet Tea Party. And we know the homeboy with the chair, they say he's raised $200,000 on the GoFundMe to get him out of jail.
Oh, look, man. Oh, everybody knew he's gonna be taken care of.
Yeah, you got to. And when I seen these shirts, and she's been on the podcast. We've done podcasts together, we've done live events together. And when I saw she had these lift every chair and swing shirts, I said I gotta support. And I told her I was supporting. I would wear it on the podcast this week. I wanted to wear it last week. Well, things happen. The mail didn't get it to me quick enough.
Yeah.
But I got it now. And I think that was essentially the highlight. I think we got the podcast going. Let me make sure I put up all these topics. Because we got a doozy this week, J. Lou. What's a lot going on?
Hey.
And I know one of the things we want to talk about is your boy, old Donald, your high school fellow football player. They got play football together or something.
And you still talking about that, man?
Hey, man, he keep us talking. And we talk about Fannie Lewis too, because she definitely has some things she wanted to contribute. And now that I have everything up, let's go into our viral story of the week.
My left stroke just went viral.
Our viral story of the week: Donald Aloysius Trump. Yes, I made up his middle name. I don't know if it's Aloysius or not. He was indicted in the state of Georgia by Fannie Willis. She is the young lady, the district attorney for the state of Georgia that took down YSL, took down Young Thug, took down Gunna. You know, she's been attacking all the gangs in Atlanta, in Georgia. And I've been like, what are you doing? Like, these people are rappers now. They're businessmen now. They're providing for the community. And then I thought, oh, you going after Trump too? Woody Giuliani? Oh, wait a minute. Okay, Fanny, talk to me. I'm listening. What you got to say? What you got to say? And the Fulton County Sheriff said that Donald Trump, until he's informed otherwise, we'll have a mugshot, we'll get fingerprinted, we'll be booked as any other prisoner. So Trump is going to jail. The issue is he going to jail where he's locked up for a couple of days and gets out? Is he going to be locked up for a couple of months and get out? Or is he going to be locked up for years and not get out? That's the question. Jay Lee, what you think about this whole situation, man?
He's going to be locked up for 3 minutes and get out.
3 minutes, all right.
Yeah, you know, they just got to formally charge him, then, then he'll be out. But it's not surprising, obviously. You like to see, what I'm saying, Fannie Willis do it. And you saw him like a couple of weeks ago insinuate some things about her.
What those things, J. Lou? And I call her Fannie Willis.
Yeah.
Your name Willis and Lewis. I didn't mix it all up.
Yeah. My middle name Willis.
Right. I mixed it all up.
Yeah, but nah, see, some of those insinuations, that basically she had to do certain things to get to what she, I don't like to entertain them because it's so disrespectful. Especially when a woman that is accomplished, you try to put that on her jacket that she had to do something to get what she was, or she did something unethical on her way to there. So because it's not found, and I ain't gonna mess with it unless she say something about it. I know some women, close to me who have accomplished very high things, were upset about that insinuation, just because he felt that was kind of like a tactic. So I think he knew this was coming, so he tried to attack her to limit it. Yeah, I think she was very detailed, so obviously she has the proof. From videos and things of that nature. So that's one thing, that she did her homework. The charges appear to be valid and not, trumped up. You know what I'm saying? Like, right. Like they try to say it is. And she, she's doing her job. I would add to the YSL thing. I think sometime in our community, we kind of like, her job is a DA. So her job is to prosecute crimes. So, I never had an issue with the YSL stuff. And I actually saw, an article where, crime has went down 35% since that happened. So, if that's if her job is to get crime off the street and to get, certain things taken care of, it seems like she's doing a hell of a job. So, congrats to her. Like I said, I'm sure he'll pay his way to get up out of it like he always do.
Like he always do. Yeah. I agree. And I knew she wasn't playing. When I found out that he had to go through her, I was like, oh, this is about to get real. She ain't playing. And then I heard little stories about Will Kemp try to pardon him, but he wasn't seeing eye to eye with Kemp.
Yeah. And Kemp might do it just because, Kemp, a lot of Republicans, they love his celebrity and they love his base. They understand they need. And so a lot of times they'll do a lot of massaging and things of that nature. So Kemp might do it. You know what I'm saying? If it was some type of conviction, I'm pretty certain he would do it to kind of, one, make sure he has that base whenever he decides to, do anything political. Because, Trump has a hell of a base down here. So he'll probably do some shit like that. But, you never know.
You're right. You're 100% right. I would hope that with what he has going on, I don't have any confidence he's going to jail.
No,
I want to have confidence. You know what I'm saying?
it's just you know they actually going through with it. Like, you know what I'm saying? She actually made the charges. It's like, look, y'all gonna have to, you know, settle out or do something else, whatever we got to do, but you gonna have this charge. So I think it's she's like, look, I'm doing my job. You know, what happens after that is what happens after that.
Yeah, and it looks like that's pretty much what it's going to be. I'm trying to get back to my to these topics. So we got the viral story of the week, and then last week, J. Lou. I mean, let me tell you, man. Last week, it was a little wild. I had issues with my microphone, right?
Right.
So I had Two-Face. Shout out to Two-Face, the Wild Boy, that came on the podcast last week. But there were some issues. There were some issues with the mic, and man, it was bad. I was pissed. It was ungood. I'll put it that way. It was definitely ungood. And I purchased a new mic. Shout out to Amazon for coming through, helping me out with the new mics. You know what I'm saying? And so I have a new mic. You guys let me know how it sounds, and you can hear me clearly, if there's any static and all that good stuff. But a new segment that I added to the podcast was the Black Fact of the Week. Right. And our Black Fact of the Week essentially boils down to hip hop turning 50, man. And I wanted to know from you straight up, because we're in different generations. I know what I'm going to say, but I'm very curious as to what you're going to say. Give me like 5 of your favorite albums, man. 5 of your favorite hip hop albums.
You told me 3.
Okay, 3. My bad.
3.
3.
Because I was, and you know,
man, from the 5th floor.
I know, right? It was tough. You know, I was thinking about it. I was trying to like, all right, do I want to go like my favorite artist? How, you know what I'm saying? How would I go with it? I think one, it has to be Tupac. So
okay,
I can't cheat and say the greatest hits and nothing like that. So I picked All Eyes on Me. Because I'm like, all right, it's a double disc. I get so much variety. I get, you know what I'm saying? I get different, you know what I'm saying? Like him in different stages. Like one of my favorite songs ever was like Dear Mama and those, you know what I'm saying? But those came, you know, well, you know, Brenda's Got a Baby. Those came in its earlier years. But I think Brenda, All Eyes on Me, double disc. You're gonna find something, you know what I'm saying? I can let it ride. I can always find a different type of vibe to go with. You know what I'm saying? It ain't like I'm listening to the same song all over and over and over again. So All Eyes on Me would be one. And then it was kind of like it was tough for me to kind of figure out what it is. I tried to figure out a time period where I was, you know, like extremely involved in hip hop.
Mm-hmm.
So I picked my college years because those are the time that, you know, like I felt it the most. And this would be a little surprising because it's not like an album. It's a mixtape. So J. Cole, the Friday Night Lights.
Okay.
Like, man, he had like 20 on that jump. So you know what I'm saying? Like, it was something that you can kind of really let ride. And then my third one, I was torn between Outkast, Dead Double One, or Kanye Dropout. I think I'm gonna go with College Dropout just because I feel like I got a little bit more variety with it. As far as, you know what I'm saying, the topics and things of that nature. I think I probably listened to Outkast one more, but I'm gonna go with Kanye just because of the historical backing of it. And then very close after that, I think 50 Cent, Get Rich or Die Trying is very, on the list as well. It's just
Cole said that's the #1 album ever, and Thriller's #2.
Yeah. We just talk about hip hop, right? We want to talk about
just talking about hip hop. But just telling you what J. Cole, your boys.
And I can see that. I think from a body of work and, you know, quality, I definitely think it is. The only reason I didn't say that one is because I think he got certain stuff from everywhere else. It was like that was like the gangster, you know what I'm saying, the gangster vibe type thing. And then, you know, a lot of songs were similar to other people's songs. So I'm like, all right, look, let me pick Tupac because he kind of started I'm going at whoever, you know what I'm saying? You know, he had a chick song on there. He had, you know what I'm saying? So he had so much. So that's why I put Pac up there.
Yeah, little bruh.
No breaks.
No breaks. My three would be. There's no way I could do this without a Tupac album,
Right. So which one you got?
and I had a handful, but I had to. If I'm doing overall, I had to go with All Eyes on Me.
Okay.
It was legendary. It was, the first double disc in hip hop.
Damn.
It bridged the old Tupac that grabbed my heart, the pause, but they had me in that pain and that suffering and that psychological music, and then it bridged it with the beats from Dr. Dre and Daz and that Death Row G-Funk, and it also ended it with that gangster shit.
Yeah.
So it gave you all of that, and it was a double disc, and I don't have an issue with a double disc from Tupac.
Yeah.
Guys nowadays do a double disc. I'm like,
Yeah. It's like you gotta,
the songs off.
let me go to this disc to get the 2 songs I like. Then you know what I'm saying?
Right.
You just do 10 songs if that's what you got, man. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. So I definitely put All Eyes on Me there. An album that probably isn't popular,
Okay.
but and I don't even listen to this one often, but I know what it is. And this is Scarface, The Fix.
Yeah, that's my brother's like that. He swear by that.
That album, same reasons as the All Eyes on Me. Scarface talked that mental health, you're going through it, and of course, since I was going through stuff, I hear it and I'm listening to it like, man, this is talking to me. And Scarface was the king of like these melodic beats, sound like he damn near got a live band, R&B singer, but he talking that real stuff you can feel. It don't sound soft, it don't sound watered down. It is real raw emotion that men aren't always allowed to feel.
Yeah.
It's very introspective. Some of the stories, and then he had some hip hop with Kanye, Jay-Z, Beanie Siegel. That was on there too.
Sorry, that jump with him, like Scarface got like, man, him and Nas jump, the wet who I want, wet who you want wetted, like that's like a
hell yeah. I was on Nas album. That one.
Yeah, that was
at it, yeah.
But that was one like if you was on the East Coast, and I think a lot of, you know what I'm saying, this is what the collaborations should be meant for. Like if you was on the East Coast and you really mess with Nas and you heard that, you like, let me go check Scarface out. Because when I first started listening to J. Cole, it was off of when he had the feature with Jay-Z. It was like, all right, let me go see who this is. Like, when, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes it's crazy how a certain verse can turn you on to turn a whole different region onto you. So that's, you know what I'm saying, that's what Labs was for.
I agree 100%. And my number 3, I'm not being political, but I'm looking at this more than just my favorite. I'm looking at my favorite and its impact.
Okay.
I gotta go with one of my favorites, top 5, 7 favorites, and the impact of it. And if I do that, then I'm probably going with Doggy Style, Snoop Dogg.
Okay.
That album I believe it's better than The Chronic, which was blasphemous to say like the first 5-10 years. Well, I think when people look back on it, Doggy Style was a little better than The Chronic.
Right.
And the way it sold, I would have put The Chronic above it, but the way Doggy Style sold, I mean, only Doggy Style and Get Rich or Die Trying did those debut numbers.
Yeah.
It was only them two. I would love to say Reasonable Doubt and Give It to Jay. I would love to say T.I. Trap Music. That's been a big influence.
T.I.
was a whole new culture called trap music.
T.I. was close too.
Yeah.
I can go. It's just like with you, like with Tupac, with All Eyes on Me, you get so much diversity though. Like it's like Tupac, that All Eyes on Me is like, if you tell me I can only listen to one album, I'm like, all right, I get a double disc. I get so many diversity, so I can be in different moods and kind of still be, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I can still get there. So that's why I'm like, I gotta be there. And the only reason I dropped, you know what I'm saying, Get Rich or Die Trying is because I'm like, all right, cool. To me, Tupac gonna get that. You know what I'm saying? Gonna get that. You know what I'm saying? That top 3 one, you're gonna be right outside of.
Yeah, and I agree 100%. I think I see that pretty much the same way you see it. I'm thinking of an honorable mention. Like, it's something I want to say just to somebody out, but I can't even. Those are my favorites. Random. This wasn't what we talked about. But who? Give me a couple of your favorite rappers. Just who you like, not the top. Just who you like.
Yeah. So, I mean, we said a good bit of them. Pac, Face, Jadakiss, Fabulous don't do me no, you know what I'm saying? Fabulous rock, you know what I'm saying? He heavy. And I'm going through kind of like, you know what I'm saying, like coming up. Obviously Jay, Biggie, J. Cole, some of the people, you know, I ain't gonna say, you know, some of the people I'm not as high on as other people, but you know, I acknowledge their greatness, like a Kendrick, you know what I'm saying, people like that. A Big Crit, you know what I'm saying, I hold him in high regard. So I'm giving you a couple people that, you know, like on you know what I'm saying, on a different side. Trying to find some newer artists that I really, you know what I'm saying, like some of these newer artists. I don't know. I think I'm gonna go with them. Like, you know what I'm saying, like I think that's about 5, 6, you know what I'm saying, solid ones that I vouch for. Obviously, J. Cole, very high on my list because, you know what I'm saying, he kind of like came in on my area. You know, Kanye changed so much. So it was a little bit different. Beanie Siegel, real high on my list. Like he can kind of go. But yeah, if I had to pick top 3 of all time, Pac, just spitting, Pac, because he do it a little bit all, like not, you know, battle rap type shit, but Pac, Jadakiss, probably Cole.
Okay. I'm gonna go through a little bit of a timeline because I think that's the easiest way to do it. Because I got my normal 4 I say all the time, but I want to kind of give a little bit more because it's hip hop 50. So I'm gonna throw it. So when I was a very, very little kid, I thought that there was nobody better than LL Cool J.
I was about to say LL too.
Yeah, there was nobody better than LL. I wanted to be LL. I met LL. He stole one of my songs. We'll get into that in another podcast, but I still respect him. Shout out L. I got a little bit older. Nobody would ever be better than LL until I heard Rakim. And then I said, oh, this is what rap really is. And I thought Rakim was the best thing that ever existed in the world. And I thought that for many, many years. But there was another guy who I felt was more like me. He could rap for the ladies. He could battle rap. He could do some street rap. He could do a miracle. And I was like, I'm more like him. Rakim is God, but I'm like him. And that was Big Daddy Kane.
Okay.
And then the rapper that taught me more than anybody else ever taught me, probably in the world, damn near, even from the books I read, the people I knew, the one that taught me was KRS-One.
Okay.
And I got to give it to him. Like so much of who I am today came from lessons I learned from KRS-One. That's just keeping it 100. Like, there ain't no ego in it. Like, I was a student. You know what I'm saying? And then as I get a little older, I think the first person I ever idolized was probably LL.
Yeah.
But when the next time I had an idol, somebody I wanted to look up to or be like, and it's not many, but the next one, maybe the final one, was Tupac. Yeah. I wanted to be Tupac. I was new Pac. You know what I'm saying? Like, I idolized him like as a kid, because he was pro-black.
Yeah.
He was about the people. He was still a nigga. You know what I'm saying? And I struggled to find that. You either had to be the most righteous dude ever, or the most gangster dude ever. And I was like, but I'm like
both of them. Yeah.
I'm like who am I then? Like, who do I look to? And then Pac walked out, and I was like, now I got mine. I'm not Ice Cube. I ain't Easy. You know, I'm not, necessarily KRS-One and Chuck D. I'm somewhere in the middle, and there's nobody that represents that.
Yeah.
Here come Pac. And dealing with manic depression, bipolar disorder, dealing with issues, mental health issues, the rapper that walked me through that, like grabbed my hand, said, I got you, walk with me, was Scarface.
Okay.
Walked me literally through that whole mental health challenge, a damn rapper.
Yeah.
And I'm a psychologist, a rapper.
Yeah.
Then as I got older, I saw these as my little homies, but I didn't not in a disrespectful way though. I just happened to be old as hell. And I was Nipsey and I was Tip. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to Nipsey and T.I. And I want to shout out a lady rapper. I don't know who. Who did I really like? I like little MC Light as a little kid. I really like MC Light. I like Nicki for a period.
Queen Latifah was solid too.
Oh, and the Queen.
Yeah, Queen Latifah was solid. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, she, you know what I'm saying? Some of her, you know, like, I listen and like, okay, cool. You know what I'm saying? Like, and you know what? I ain't really, my value system was different. So I never idolized any rappers. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Respect it. I respect it.
Like, I respected certain aspects of like certain songs from Tupac that made me think. But yes, I never really idolized them. Probably more athletes just because I love, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, you was a rapper, you want to be a rapper. Like me, I was, you know what I'm saying? I wanted to play sports. So it was kind of like I probably geared towards that side of it. So you know what I'm saying? It's funny how, you know what I'm saying, we kind of do it that way.
Yeah, I totally understand that.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. So hip hop turned 50. Just a quick shout out to myself, my album, my debut album. I had the CD and the cassette tape. New World Order. Yeah, I know my name New. So everything had my name in it. New World Order. That project dropped in summer of 1998. Hip hop turned 50 this summer. And my debut project turned 25 this summer. So my firstborn child, my album turned 25 the same year hip hop turned 50. And I think that's kind of cool, man. I think it's kind of cool because you wouldn't know it now. All I talk about is podcasting or maybe selling insurance or doing business ventures and all this or Ashanti. But to begin with, I was just a rapper. That was all I wanted to do. It was all that completed me. It was all that gave me everything I needed came from me being a rapper. My identity was a rapper. When I stopped rapping, I started going, well, who am I now?
Right.
Because I've only been a rapper the first 30 years of my life. So what's my personality? Who am I? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I think now that I don't talk about me being a rapper as much, it's probably like, you used to rap? Like, yes. That's all I did.
And you know, that's a good, but that's a, like, is a great quality to be able to transition. Like, you know how many people, like, they still living 20, 30 years ago.
Yeah.
They use the transition. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, so that's why, and music, to me, it transitions. Like, we talk about 50 years, it transitions. And we even talked about why we chose who we chose and the influences that those people in the future, you know what I'm saying, had from those people in the past. So, like, music transcends. That's why, like, you know, like, I can still respect the Nas still putting out bangers. Jay-Z still putting out bangers. You know what I'm saying? Like Scarface, you know what I'm saying, when he come out still putting out bangers. Jadakiss, you know what I'm saying, being able to kind of, you know what I'm saying, put out bangers and come out and show, you know what I'm saying, it shows that, like, look, you can you know what I'm saying, like, it's growing. Like, music, you can grow into music. I think a lot of times with some of the artists I don't like, is like, they still rap like from 20, 30 years ago. I'm like, ain't nothing happened to you in 20, 30 years where you can rap no different. I'm like, you still talking about selling drugs? I'm like, you're you know what I'm saying, you're a millionaire, and this is what you still talk about. I can see you pulling from your past, but that shouldn't be, you should be able to, you know what I'm saying, add more to your, you know what I'm saying, repertoire. That's why, like, you know what I'm saying, I appreciate the growth in the Nas, Jay-Z, Scarface, those, you know what I'm saying, those ones that we still talking about to the day.
Yeah. And if you can pull from your past, you can pull from your future.
Exactly.
People order that all the time. Like, I'm not, you know, let's say a person says, I'm not really smooth now, but I'll be smooth, you know, I'll get it together later. And it's like, okay, well, if you can pull from your past and still be blamed for your past actions, then you can pull from your future and be celebrated for your future actions.
Yeah.
That's how I view it. So, yeah, and when you know that, when you master that, when you're aware of that, I think it makes you a better all-around human, just to be straight up honest. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Now, our what the fuck story of the week. And hip-hop, we love you. We're going to do this the rest of the month. Matter of fact, the rest of the year. I'm doing hip-hop the rest of the year. This Black Fact of the Week I got from rapping with my father about just not knowing our history and nobody doing that. And I said, I'm going to do it every week now. You know, Black Fact every week. That's how I'm going. We're gonna separate our people. I got a podcast, why not do it? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I fact every week. But now we getting into some ratchet stuff. Righteous and ratchet.
Oh shit. Here we go.
So, what the fuck story of the week?
It's the mayor. What the fuck? You know what it is. What the fuck?
What the fuck? Michael Orr, drafted by the Baltimore Ravens. His life story was made a movie called The Blind Side. He was adopted by this. He was homeless and destitute. He was a great football talent, but had nowhere to go. Family didn't want him. Family on drugs, all of this stuff. And a white family, his best friend's family brought him in, adopted him, raised him, cultivated him, pushed him, and he made it to college football. Then he made it to the NFL, had a 9-10-year career, multi-millionaire. And now he's retired and living his life. Not quite. Because now he's alleging, or he stated that that family never really adopted him. And there was no formal adoption. They told him when he was at age 18, they couldn't legally adopt him unless they went through this other means, which is called a conservatorship. That word sounds familiar, doesn't it? That's what Britney Spears' parents put on her. It's when someone isn't mentally stable and you have to take over and take over their estate, their business dealings, and they no longer have control of their money. They are now at your mercy because they're unfit. And he thought he was signing adoption papers, but he was signing over his rights. Those rights, this family that adopted him, used those rights to get the movie done, used those rights to start multiple businesses. And then after everything was said and done, they used those rights to steal money directly from him. And the money they stole, they used to open more businesses and made bigger profits, and never included him in it. And he said he found out February of this year what really went down, that he wasn't ever legally adopted. They made all of the money off of the movie, and they've been in control of his finances. And they made a fortune off of taking money out of his accounts and investing in their own businesses. And they never even legally adopted him. I felt a few different ways. One, I was like, well, they still family. They still looked out. They still got them to the NFL. So yeah, they deserve a little bit of money. Then I realized that it was all done in deceit. And I don't care. I'm not a fan of the uncle that molests you but paid your way through college. You can't do me wrong and do me good. I ain't gonna rock with it. Your strengths don't outweigh your weaknesses in how you treat me. You know what I'm saying? And I think it's unfortunate, man. And I hope he gets his money back. I hope he gets what he's suing for. I want to blame him, like, why you signing at 18? But then I realized everybody wasn't fully educated. Everybody didn't know what's going on. And everybody doesn't think that the people that took you in off the street and mentored you and got you to this point would turn around and stab you in the back later. You're looking at them as mom and dad. You know what I'm saying? So I won't victim blame, but I think we all need to be accountable, whatever that means.
Right.
And fuck them for doing it to him.
Yeah. See, I'm so torn because I won't wait for everything to come out. Because obviously they you know what I'm saying, they disagreed, you know what I'm saying, the son and everybody, you know, supposedly he had, you know, asked him for some money so the story wouldn't come out.
I heard that too.
Yeah, so that's always a little bit questionable. I'm like, I hope you ain't squander away your NFL money now. You know what I'm saying? Now this is, you know, you saw, you know what I'm saying, being a victim. And from what they were saying with the conservatorship, they were boosters. You know what I'm saying? Like they contributed a lot to Mississippi with Ole Miss to where he went to college at. So he wouldn't get in trouble with the NCAA. It was easier for him to sign as conservatorship. so he wouldn't get in trouble from a booster standpoint. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, it's a little different now with the NIL and how people making money in, you know what I'm saying, in college football now. But basically, you know, if he signed a conservatorship, it'll show like, he responsible, you know what I'm saying? They responsible for him. So anything that they gave him up to now can't be used against him going to Ole Miss. So I think that's, you know what I'm saying, that's what they saying. That's their position on it. They argue that they didn't get the money that, you know, people think they got from the movie. You know what I'm saying? They split everything 5 ways. So I don't know. Everybody get their day in court. But you know, I'm like you. I mean, if they manipulated a 18-year-old kid that was down on his luck, then you know, shame on them. But also, at that particular age, you know, you let this kind of go on for like 3, 4, 5 years. You know what I'm saying? And now, you know, you about 4 or 5 years out of the NFL now. So it's like, all right, now I'm trying to figure out like, okay, is it an ulterior motive? So hopefully the truth will come out. But you know what I'm saying? You know, that shit. I really like the movies. I was pissed.
I ain't never even seen the movie. I don't really run Sandra Bullock movies. No, I didn't run to that one.
I looked at it as a football movie.
So whenever it's a white savior,
heavy back then.
Yeah, whenever it's a white savior in a movie, didn't see it.
Yeah, see,
they was helped out. I didn't watch that one.
Which one?
Anyone where the white people came and helped out. I didn't see that one. I don't watch those. That's not my. And shout out to my white brothers and sisters. But y'all know why. And if you don't know why, then you're not my white brothers and sisters. If you don't know why, then we ain't got nothing to talk about.
Hey man, I got why I take over a couple of black people, man.
Hey man, hey. I'm gonna have some white people on the podcast soon. So yeah, we'll get their side too. But whenever it's a story, white people came and saved the black guy, the me in the hood, I'm like, yeah, I'm not watching that shit.
That's not for me.
That's not for me. None of them shows, young. Unless it's 2 white women as a couple and they come and get the black man or something like that. And other than that, I ain't watching it. And they don't come on regular TV. They come on Pornhub or something. So I'm not watching the other stuff.
Whole movie.
Yeah, I watch the whole movie. I'm not watching that other stuff. No. But I hope that the truth comes out, and if there's some level of innocence for them, then they deserve that to be known. And if they're guilty as hell, we deserve for that to be known. And that's all I got. I didn't follow the story. I just heard this. Whenever I hear a black man say I was done wrong, you gotta see women. Listen to women. I listen to men. Well, I listen to black men. A black man said he was done wrong. I'm listening.
He's right.
He's right. And if it comes out that he's wrong, then I'll not apologize, but then I'll stop talking about it. I believe all black men. Believe all black men. That's my stance. You know what I'm saying? Lift every chain swing. You know what I'm talking about? That's where I'm at. But another story I thought was kind of interesting and terrible and despicable, and I'm gonna believe all black men. This is our Don't Be Dumb story of the week, and this is, you know what? I don't even have to say what it is. I have somebody who will say it for me.
So dumb. You are really dumb. For real.
So there is a Mississippi goon squad, 6 men that have actually pled guilty to torturing 2 black men. They beat them. They shot them with stun guns. They poured hot chocolate and milk down their throats, and they abused them with sex toys. In no way does this sound like an arrest. In no way does this sound like doing your job. This sounds like torture, racism, hate crimes, and some of the most despicable things I've ever heard of. And this happened in Jackson, Mississippi, a predominantly black city. And I hate that these white cops keep doing these things in predominantly black cities. I'm not trying to incite a riot, but brothers, sisters, It's more of us than it is of them. Those 6 cops, and there's probably 40, 50, 60 thorough dudes on a block. And y'all let them 3, 4, 5, 6 cops do that to our brothers. Like, I know it's a scary thing. You don't want nobody, but hey, man, you see where I'm at. Lift every chain, swing. There's no way I'm letting 6 white police officers come and do that to 2 brothers. That's not where we should be at. Not in 2023. We need to really lift every chain, swing. Where were the brothers in Mississippi at when this was going on? We could have used them because this is ridiculous. Can you imagine being arrested for whatever? And then having the police officers beat you, use stun for 90 minutes, using stun guns, assaulting you with sex toys, pouring chocolate syrup and milk down your throat as you lay there handcuffed, and then using racial slurs and epithets the whole while. So you're just laying there handcuffed, being beaten with billy clubs and shot with stun guns and having sex toys used on you, forcing you to drink milk and hot chocolate, which is just weird. And you're in handcuffs not knowing it, and nobody cares. So you're just laying there in fear, like, what's next? That's what really happened. That really happened to 6 black men, or 2 black men in Mississippi. That really happened. That isn't a crazy story I made up. That isn't, something for shock value. That happened. There were 2 black men laying there not knowing what was going to happen next, if they were going to live or die or be raped. That really, really happened. It's disgusting, J. Lou.
Man, that shit. Yeah, man, that's cause you try, you try to compartmentalize, you don't want to get so pissed off. But it's necessary to get, to get pissed off, in that type of, that type of arena. And I'm sure they, just like most cowards, 6 on 2, they probably separated them for something stupid, to try to hide away from the other people in the city. And they probably made a stupid mistake, the reason they got caught. So, obviously you pissed, at my level, I'm like, look, I want y'all dead, suffer. I want a whole bunch of, messed up shit to happen to you. But then it makes me even worse. I'm like, that's the only time y'all fucking got caught. Because you gotta say, one, we know you probably did it, before. For you to go through that level, it started from somewhere. So it started with this, and then it got worse and worse over time. And then, as a victim, like when that something like that happens to you, who the fuck do you want to go tell? Like, yeah, this happened to me. So it's like, you get away with it. So it's just sad and pathetic. And I hope they get what they, I hope they get what they had coming.
Yeah, for sure. I'm just sitting here like, I can't even believe it. You know what I'm saying? Like really? And if they don't get what's coming to them, then we already know that's gonna be a whole nother problem. And
but now,
problem.
You said they already accepted a plea, or?
Well, yeah, they pleaded guilty. I guess
they pleaded guilty.
Yeah, they didn't even try to fight it. They pled guilty.
Yeah. When somebody plead guilty, they don't want their family to see what they did.
Yeah.
Like they don't the gory aspects in the video and one of that, like they don't want it. That's one reason you do
it.
Yeah. I hope there's a special place in hell for people like them. I hope they have a good time. I hope they, they get introduced to the right people in jail.
Me too. How about that? I wish I had a drop for that. I don't have a drop for that. I got some gunshots. That's what I want to happen. Our Nipsey Hussle Award, I added something to this, J. Lou. All I have now was the Beyonce concert. Do you have any idea what I added to it? Any recollection, any memory? You don't have to, but I'm just asking.
Nah.
I can't think of what I added to it. Let me see. Let me see. I'm gonna find it because I want to know. I want to know. Let's see. Well, doesn't look like I'm gonna find it. All right. But we will shout out Beyonce. Where Nip at? Let me Nip. Oh, and it's Nip birthday.
You know, that was it.
Okay. Shout out to Nip. Rest in peace to Nipsey Hussle. It's his birthday. He would have been 38, which is still hard to believe because he's still damn near a decade younger than me. But I learned so much from Youngin. But any award that we give out for excellence and achievement is named after Nipsey Hussle. It's the Nipsey Hussle Award. And Queen B gets it this week, but I'm gonna let Nip introduce it.
If it's sports, if it's fashion, if it's music, if it's hustling, whatever, you're on a marathon, so.
You're on your marathon, and the Queen Bee was on her marathon. Her tour is on pace to be the largest grossing tour in history, over $1 billion. And I love the fact that we talked about a few weeks ago that when people in DC, when the concert started late and people in DC weren't able to get home via Metro, she paid Metro to stay open an hour late to make sure people could catch the Metro home in DC, Maryland, and Virginia. She also took her daughter Blue on tour. Blue has been cutting up doing her little, I think it's a 5-minute set, which I love. She ain't got out the whole show, but she has her opportunity to really shine. I love that. And I love the way she gives back to the community as well. So, I mean, Beyonce is Beyonce. I think nowadays with access and everything else, there can never be another Michael Jackson and Prince. It just doesn't happen anymore. Internet and all of that stuff made it so it won't happen.
True. But
if there is a Beyonce, Michael Jackson or a Prince of this generation, of this year, 2023, J. Lou, it's got to be Beyonce, right?
From somebody who has been is so consistent with how she performs and what she put into the show, like she really does. You know what I'm saying? Like she really makes it an event. Like people don't leave Beyonce show and say they were disappointed. And you can't say that about a lot of people. Like, you know what I'm saying? Especially from our culture. I hear, other individuals in, different cultures and different backgrounds and some, I don't listen to them. But, you know what I'm saying? Like they have those high, they have those high reviews as far as their shows and things. But I think from our culture, Beyonce doesn't never, you know what I'm saying, disappoint, you know what I'm saying, and what she puts in. Everybody like appreciates the work. And you know what I'm saying? So like I ain't gonna lie, I think it's a no-brainer. Like, I've heard some people speak very highly of Chris Brown, in his shows. But with hers it's more like a movie. You know what I'm saying? Like his is a routine. Like with her, it's a show. You know what I'm saying? It's different.
The only person I would put on Beyonce levels is Ashanti. Shout out to man, forget Ashanti. She back with Nelly. I'm moving on. But anyway, shout out to give Beyonce her flowers, man. Shout out to the Queen Bee.
And her daughter out there, you know what I'm saying, showing up. I've been seeing that too. So that's big. Her daughter out there, you know what I'm saying,
Yeah, Blue Ivy.
That's always
so cool. I don't know if everybody knows this, J-Lo. I mean, I don't even know if you know it or not. Maybe you do. But Blue Ivy's name is Bluvy, Ivy. But really her name is Blue, the letter I, the letter V, which is 4. Jay-Z has an album called Blueprint. He has an album called Blueprint 2. He has an album called Blueprint 3. And Blue Ivy is 4. Blue Ivy. So she's the Blueprint 4.
I did not know that.
I think that's hella cool, man, and creative. You know what I'm saying? The most creative thing I had was I was going to name my son Mayor based off my rap name being New to Mayor. You know what I'm saying? But I think naming your daughter Blueprint 4 is kind of crazy. Kind of crazy.
Look, man, when she gonna be that rich, man, whatever you want to name her, man, she good.
It don't even matter. It don't even matter. And it doesn't matter if you guys have seen this movie or this TV show, because I'm not gonna do a spoiler. I'm just going to give you an overview, so it doesn't even matter if you've seen it or not, including you, J. Lou.
Netflix and chill. What does that even mean?
What does that even mean? I want to talk about a TV show right now. It's called Hijack. And maybe I'm late. I'm still not going to do a spoiler, but it's Idris Elba and it's on Apple Plus. This is a story about a man who got on a plane. That plane was hijacked. And he was trying to figure out what he could do to get back to his family. The storyline, I'm gonna use a word I don't always use, because if you know me, I don't be sitting around going, man, that joint riveting. But this joint riveting. This joint riveting for real, yeah. Like I watched it one day. I pronounced the word wrong, J. Lou. What you said?
No, that description is enough for me.
Imagine being on a plane and then it gets hijacked, and you got all of the elements of I guess the majority of the characters of the passengers were from London, so there's a lot of accent in it. But it represents everything, everybody on that plane. The good, the bad, the hood, the ugly, the pretty, the people that kidnapped, that hijacked the plane, the people you might have thought were going to do it, and people who actually did it, and all of the mind games and the situation of trying to. If you ever watch, what is it called, the Night Watchmen, the Night Workers, where the people on the phone and they get the 911 distress calls late at night. So you have that 911 distress call element where they're in the booth and trying to figure things out. You have the element of, the suspense thriller on the plane, and then you have the real life stuff outside of that, where it's just when you're in your regular life and you're not on a plane, or you're not the 911 dispatcher, or you're not the sheriff, or you're not being in terrorist mode. And it gives you I'm gonna use a word from the five, a colostomy of all of those different thoughts, features, events, and characters. And it's crazy. I enjoyed it, man. I watched it in one day. I took one day off last week, and I spent that day watching that show. I think it's 7 episodes.
So it was like a one season type joint, or
Idris Elba said that I would love to bring this character back. That's all he said. So as far as we know, it was one season. But he said I would love to bring him back.
Okay.
Means based on the popularity of it, it could.
It might, yeah. If they pay us enough.
Yeah, exactly. But it ended in a way that it ended. But if they did a second season, it would be like Taken. Like they took her again. It'd be like hijack. They hijacked the train this time. They hijacked the Uber. You know what I'm saying? The series ended. And a movie that I'm probably late to, me and J. Lou are entrepreneurs. We work all morning, all afternoon, all evening, and all night. And we do that 7 days a week. So we miss stuff. Sorry, podcast fans, kickbackers. Sorry, kickbackers. But matter of fact, where my kickbackers at? Let me shout y'all out real quick. My kickbackers. So we don't see everything, but one thing that I've seen that J. Lou said he's gonna watch is Knock at the Cabin Door.
Yeah, I do that.
Now, I'm gonna give you as much information as I got from the trailer that made me watch it. I'm not gonna give you anything from the actual movie. There are some people, there's a family that goes on a vacation staying in a cabin. There are some people that knock on the cabin door and they tell them that the world could end. The world is going to end unless someone in the family chooses to kill another person in the family. There has to be a sacrifice in order for the world to continue.
Whoa.
It gets a little biblical. It gets a little spooky. Suspense thriller. Do you believe them? Are they crazy? Are they right? Were they sent from heaven? Were they sent from hell? Are they good people? Are they bad people? Should you do it? Should you not? Like if it's me, Ashanti, and Janelle Monáe, and we're on vacation in the cabin, and one of us has to die, I'm not really going for it. But if I had to do that to save the world, and I believe this crazy crap, it'd probably be Janelle Monáe. I'm just saying. Or Nelly. One of them two. I don't know who's gonna be. It ain't gonna be Ashanti. That's if I even believe this stuff.
Would you believe it? Like, ain't no way I believe it though. I'm like, man, fuck.
I don't think you would have to show me some kind of empirical proof. God would have to be like, hey, no. you tapping me on my shoulder.
I push play on the jump, and man, I ain't gonna lie, 5 minutes, I'm like, look, man, I'm gonna go to sleep, man. Let me just turn it off now.
Hey, I'm telling you, I did that with Hijack. I fell asleep on it twice, the first episode. Because I think sometimes because we do so much, when you cut on the series the first time, it's usually 11, 12, and you just finally finish the day and I'm gonna try to watch and I'm just too tired. But if you catch it, either a show or a movie, typically you're recharged and you're refreshed and you got a little bit of time, you'll get through most of it.
Yeah.
And then make a decision, I don't like what you've shown me, as opposed to I'm just too tired to watch. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not gonna say Knock on the Cabin Door was like the best movie ever, but I think it's worth a watch. Hijack, I'm not gonna say it's the best show ever, but it's worth a watch. I recommend it. Like I'm telling everybody, go watch it. It was good. Check it out.
Okay.
That's our Netflix and chill. As far as Eargasm, and I haven't played the Eargasm drop in so long. I want to play it just because it's from that old commercial when we was kids.
This is a fantastic album, man. Let me borrow it.
No, my brother. You've got to buy your own.
And I want to just say that Keke Palmer is in Usher's new video for the song Girlfriend. And it feels like they are mocking her boyfriend that was mad about the whole thing in Vegas. How do you feel about that, J-Lo? Do you feel like is it cool to take advantage of that moment and capitalize, or is it corny?
I think it's both of them, but more importantly, I think it's disrespectful. Like, you know what I'm saying? To me, Keke, I can see Usher doing it, and it's just like corny. But when you do that, you know what I'm saying, with your kid's father, it comes off as disrespectful, and that's somebody that you gotta be around for a while. I'm like, sorry, when you said that shit about Trey Songz, you know what I'm saying, you ain't get the same amount of support. You know what I'm saying? So you know what I'm saying, like, I just, and we said this a while ago, because I think I was on the last time that broke. And it was just like, this is something that could be worked out amongst y'all, setting boundaries for each other and going from there. And it just seemed like we had a lot of people just like jumped on the bandwagon to kind of like gas you up. And to me, Keke didn't seem like that type. Like, she seemed like the type that, you know what I'm saying, they can sit down, discuss it. If you disagree, we disagree, and we can kind of, you know what I'm saying, we can 86 it if we need to. But it just, at this point, it's getting like I'm gonna be a video vixen that, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, this nigga got multiple kids, multiple wives, cheated on all of them, and now I'm in the video being the girlfriend of I just had a baby, and the nigga, you know what I'm saying? I just separated from my baby father, because it just seemed like, really? You know what I'm saying? I'm like, and the song wasn't that high. Like, look, Usher to me is one of our top of our generation.
Absolutely.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I can, if you told me R&B song, you know what I'm saying, R&B albums, I'm gonna be looking at, you know what I'm saying, looking at that junk, you know what I'm saying,
right,
you know what I'm saying, around that range. And I'm like, that song ain't seem hot to me though. If I'm being honest, like, you know what I'm saying, like the beat was just very subpar. So I don't know, man. I just felt like it's something that could have been done better. Bad.
They rushed it. They rushed it. I still say Glue was. I say Glue was the best song of 2023 to me. And people start cussing me out. I'm like, everybody relax, calm down. I said it's what I think the best song is.
They say y'all.
Y'all think what you want to think. So definitely don't think that this boyfriend song is better. I don't even think this is better than the good. Because we
Yeah,
good.
the
We not
good.
good, but we still good. Shout out
Yeah,
to
that was see. I like that one. You know what I'm saying? I just thought this one was like, all right, let's try to get a couple bucks, off of the thing. Like, yeah, she just broke up with her dude. Let's, what I'm saying? I'm like, yeah, but it's still your son's father, and your son not even one yet. God damn. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. It's just like shit. It's weird though. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, it's I ain't gonna lie. That Hollywood shit is a hell of a drug. So you know what I'm saying? You kind of, you kind of take, you know what I'm saying, put that in place. But it's like, man, that shit is, it just seemed corny.
I agree. And I'm gonna let y'all in on a little secret. Of course, we recorded this live much earlier than we normally do, but I was still a little late. And we got to get J. Lou up out of here. So we're not gonna do sports tonight. But since J. Lou fuck with me so much, he gonna come back and we're gonna do a sports episode over the next week to talk about the NFL season. Ain't that right, J. Lou?
We good. We with it.
Yeah, so we'll do a whole sports episode over the next week or two to make up for what we didn't get to tonight. But we all know I'm a Cowboy fan. J. Lou is a Steelers fan, and we both from DC, so our eyes be on the Commanders a little bit. And I guess you got to look at Kansas City and Cincinnati and Buffalo and the Eagles and maybe the 49ers. And then I guess you could look for a random team that might jump out. Maybe the Chargers will jump out. And then you'll see maybe the Lions or somebody will jump out. But we kind of have an idea of what's going on. And we'll get into all of that on this special Kickback Sports episode. But I want to thank y'all for tuning in. Like I said, July more than doubled the greatest month I've ever had doing this podcast. And I'm eternally grateful and appreciative because if y'all knew everything that's going on in my life and to know that the podcast is at like an all-time high, it means a lot. And to know that in August, this is we're at the 15th, 16th. By the time you hear this on the streaming sites, the 17th, and this is like the number 9th greatest month since I've been doing it. So things are great on this end. I just need all of y'all to tell everybody to come holler at me for life insurance so we can get everything green on every end. You know what I'm saying? But I appreciate y'all. J. Lou, I appreciate you. If you're not my favorite co-host, you one of my favorite co-hosts. And I appreciate you every time you come on. And we're going to keep doing this, man. This has been a great year for the pod. And we've opened up doors and kicked down doors and just done some crazy things. And I appreciate all of y'all for tuning in. And once again, J. Lou, I appreciate you for being part of it, bro.
Hey, man, appreciate you, man. Hey, man, I'm proud of you, man. You're doing your thing.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. And be sure to follow me everywhere. J. Lou told me, so I'm putting the podcast everywhere. Put yourself. So follow me on Twitter at No Brace New. Follow me on Instagram at No Brace New. Follow me the page on YouTube at No Brace New. It's a No Brace New party. And remember to lift every chair and swing. And J. Lou, if they want to holler at you, where can they find you?
All your insurance need, JWL Agency. You know what I'm saying? And, just hit me up. We'll figure it out.
There it is. All right, y'all. Have a good, peaceful weekend. The summer is not over. I don't know why they be lying. The summer don't end to the middle of September.
Hey, we got time, man.
Yeah, you better recognize. I hear your girl at the pool. You think the summer over and we be at the pool feeding each other chocolate covered strawberries? You better figure it out. You know what I'm saying? I'm coming back to Atlanta. Y'all better ring the alarm. Where my alarm, man? Let me where my horns. Let somebody know I'm coming. They are back. All right, y'all have a good weekend. Watch the NFL preseason. Watch those 2 shows we told you about. And if you're not doing nothing else, tell a friend to tune in to a pod named Kickback. Uno, we out. Draw 4, skip you, reverse you, draw 2, uno, we out.